The maintenance hatch is vibrating against the palms of my hands. My flashlight beam is bouncing off the stainless steel walls, catching the tiny particles of dust that shouldn't be here. I'm looking through the gap between the elevator car and the floor of the 12th level. There are no cables, there are no guide rails. There is only a smooth, concrete void that smells like stagnant lake water and wet charcoal. I'm watching the floor numbers flicker on the display, but the car isn't moving. The building is. My name is Elias. I've worked the graveyard shift at the Obsidian for 3 years. It's a boutique hotel, all black marble and silent staff. Tucked away in a part of the city people only visit when they want to disappear for a weekend. I'm the guy who fixes the flickering LED strips and the temperamental thermostats. Usually it's quiet. Usually the biggest problem I have is a guest complaining about the hum of the mini fridge. But tonight, the service elevator, car 4, got stuck between floors. Or that's what the panel told me. When I got here, I realized the panel was lying. The smell hits me first. It's not the smell of a luxury hotel. It's not the signature cedar and bergamot sandalwood they pump through the vents. It's the smell of a crawl space under an old house. Damp earth, rotting timber, a sharp, stinging scent like spilled vinegar. I'm standing in the service car, my tool bag heavy on my shoulder. Control, you seeing this? I click my radio. Static. Just a rhythmic, wet clicking sound on the other end. I wedge my pry bar into the seam of the doors. They don't resist. They slide open with a sickeningly smooth motion. I expect to see the darkness of a shaft, maybe the top of the floor below me. Instead, I'm looking at a wall, not a brick wall. It's a wall of movement. The hallway of the 10th floor is sliding upward past me like a slow-motion film reel. I see a room service tray sitting on the carpet of the hallway as it glides by. The silver dome on the plate reflects my flashlight for a split second before it disappears into the ceiling. My throat hitches. I try to swallow, but my mouth is dry, tasting like copper. I reach out a hand just an inch from the moving wall. There's no wind, no friction. The floor of the hallway just ascends. It's silent. The carpet, the wallpaper, the brass sconces. They are all drifting toward the roof of the building. "Hey!" I shout. The word feels flat, swallowed by the vinegar smell. I look down at my feet. The elevator floor is steady. I jump, just a small hop, and I land with a solid thud. I am stationary. The world is a vertical conveyor belt. I look back at the control panel. The buttons are gone. In their place is a single, circular dial made of something that looks like yellowed bone. There is no up or down button anymore. There's only a sequence of numbers I don't recognize. 0, 4, a black block, and a symbol that looks like a weeping eye. My stomach lurches, a sharp knot of nausea tightening just under my ribs. I need to get out, but there is no floor to step onto. Just the sliding, endless parade of the hotel's interior. I remember my father telling me about the shifting games he played as a kid in the old country. He called them the verticals. I thought it was just folklore. I thought he was trying to scare me away from the abandoned mines. The sliding stops. The hallway outside the doors is now perfectly aligned. It's floor 4. I know this because the floral arrangement on the pedestal is lilies. They are brown. The petals are curled into black husks, and the water in the glass vase is a cloudy, viscous green. The vinegar smell is stronger here. It's mixed with something heavier now, the scent of a butcher shop at the end of a long, hot day. I step out. My boots make a squelching sound on the carpet. It's wet, not soaked, but damp, like it's been sweating. "Hello?" I call out. My voice is a raspy whisper. My lungs feel heavy, like I'm breathing in steam. I turn back to the elevator. The doors are still open, But the interior of the car has changed. The stainless steel is gone. The walls are now lined with a dark, quilted fabric that pulses slightly. It looks like skin. I back away, my heels digging into the soft, yielding carpet. I need to find the stairs. Every hotel has stairs. Fire regulations, safety, logic. I run toward the end of the hall, toward the red exit sign. When I reach it, I push the heavy door. It doesn't lead to a stairwell, it leads to another hallway. The same hallway. I see the same pedestal with the dead lilies. I see the same elevator car with the pulsing walls. I look at my watch. The hands are spinning backwards so fast they're a blur. My skin starts to itch. A prickly, crawling sensation under my fingernails. I look down at my hands. The skin is pale, almost translucent. I can see the blue of my veins, but they aren't where they should be. They're shifting. They're forming patterns. A door to my left, room 412, clicks open. A smell wafts out that makes me gag. It's the smell of my childhood bedroom. Not the room itself, but the smell of the dust behind the radiator and the old wool blankets my grandmother kept in the cedar chest. It's a comfort smell, but here, in this rotting hallway, it's a violation. A small hand reaches around the doorframe. The fingers are too long. They have too many knuckles. "Elias?" a voice pipes up. It sounds like me when I was 6. "Is it time to go down yet?" I don't answer. I turn and bolt back toward the elevator. It's the only thing that isn't the hallway. I scramble into the car. The doors hiss shut. The sound isn't mechanical. It's the sound of a long, satisfied exhale. I'm trapped in the box. The bone dial begins to turn on its own. It clicks into that strange black symbol. The sensation of movement starts, but it's wrong. Usually you feel the pull in your knees or the pit of your stomach. This feels like my internal organs are being rearranged. My liver feels like it's sliding behind my lungs. My brain feels like it's being pressed against the back of my skull by a heavy, warm thumb. The walls of the elevator are weeping. A thick, clear fluid is oozing from the quilted fabric, pooling around my boots. It smells like bleach and old pennies. I press my back against the corner, trying to make myself small. "Stop," I whisper, "just stop." The car jolts. A sound of grinding stone echoes through the floor. I fall to my knees. The clear fluid is soaking into my work pants and it burns. It's a cold burn, like dry ice. I look at the display above the door. The numbers are melting. They're dripping down the plastic cover in long black streaks. The doors open. I'm not in the hotel anymore. I'm looking at a forest. But the trees are made of the same black marble as the hotel lobby. They stretch up into a sky that is the color of a bruised plum. There is no sun, only a dim, diffused light that seems to come from the ground itself. The smell here is overwhelming. It's the smell of a fresh grave. Not the flowers, but the deep, cold earth that hasn't seen light in 1,000 years. I see him then. A figure sitting on a marble stump a few yards away. He's wearing my maintenance uniform. His back is to me. He's hunched over, working on something in his lap. "Hey!" I yell. My voice sounds like it's coming from miles away. The figure freezes. He slowly turns his head. He doesn't have a face. Where his features should be, there is only a smooth, pale surface, like an uncarved marble slab. But he's making a sound. A wet, whistling sound through a small hole where a throat should be. He holds up what he was working on. It's a heart. A human heart still twitching, but it's not red, it's black, and it's leaking that same clear, bleach-smelling fluid. He points a long, many-knuckled finger at the elevator. I scramble back, hitting the dial. I don't care where it goes. I just need the doors to shut. I slap the yellowed bone, and it spins wildly. The door slams shut just as the faceless thing stands up. The car doesn't move. The world outside the doors begins to move again. The marble forest slides upward. I watch the roots of the trees pass by. Thick, translucent things that look like giant nerves buried in the violet soil. Then comes the foundation of the hotel. Massive, rough-hewn blocks of stone dripping with slime. I see things embedded in the stone. Shoes, eyeglasses, a gold watch, a wedding ring. They aren't just stuck there. They're part of the rock. The smell changes again. It's chemical now. Formaldehyde, the smell of a lab. My vision starts to tunnel. My breathing is shallow, coming in short, jagged bursts. I feel a weight on my chest, like a cold hand is pressing down, squeezing the air out of my lungs. I look at my reflection in the pool of fluid on the floor. My face is blurring, my nose is softening, melting into my cheeks. My eyes are receding. No. I moan, clawing at my own face. My skin feels like wet clay. I can mold it. I can feel the bone beneath shifting like sand. The elevator stops. The doors open to the lobby. My lobby. I see the front desk. I see the night porter, Marcus, standing there, typing on his computer. Everything looks normal. The smell of cedar and bergamot wafts in. "Marcus!" I try to scream, but it comes out as a wet, whistling hiss. Marcus looks up. He looks right at me. He doesn't scream. He doesn't even look surprised. He just sighs and picks up a clipboard. "About time, Elias," he says. His voice is flat. "The guest in 604 is complaining about a drip in the ceiling. Take the stairs. The elevator is for the arrivals." I try to step out, but my legs won't move. They feel heavy, like they're rooted to the floor of the car. I look down. The clear fluid has hardened. It's turned into a translucent resin, pinning my boots to the floor. "Marcus, help me," I whistle. I reach out, but my arm is too long. My sleeve tears as my elbow joint stretches, adding a third knuckle. Marcus doesn't look up again. He's busy. He's checking in a family. A mother, a father, and a little boy. They look tired. They look like they've been driving for days. "Welcome to the Obsidian," Marcus says, his voice echoing in the vast, silent lobby. "I have you on the 4th floor, room 412. The little boy looks at the elevator. He looks at me. His eyes go wide, but he doesn't cry out. He just watches as the doors begin to close. "Wait." I try to thrust my hand into the gap, but the doors are stronger than they should be. They crush my fingers. There is no pain. There is only a dull, wet snapping sound, like breaking celery. My fingers don't bleed. They just leak that clear, stinging fluid. The car begins to move, or the hotel begins to move. I watch the lobby slide upward. Marcus, the family, the black marble floors, they all drift into the ceiling. I am back in the shaft, but it's not empty. The walls of the shaft are lined with faces, thousands of them. They are all smooth, all pale, all whistling that same low, mournful tone. They are the arrivals who never checked out. I look at the bone dial. It's gone. The entire control panel has been replaced by a mirror. I look into it. I don't have a face anymore. I have a smooth marble slab. I try to touch it, but my hands are now just long, pale talons. The smell of the vinegar in the butcher shop returns, filling my lungs until I can't breathe, until I don't need to breathe. The floor beneath me begins to soften. I'm sinking. The elevator car is absorbing me. I'm becoming the quilted fabric. I'm becoming the smell. The elevator isn't a machine, it's a digestive tract. And the hotel is hungry again. I can hear the next guest calling for the lift. I can feel the vibration of the button being pressed somewhere far above me. My body is stretched thin now, a layer of skin and fiber optic cable woven into the walls of car 4. I don't feel the cold anymore. I don't feel the fear. I only feel the great vertical. The building is shifting. The floors are sliding into place, preparing a fresh room for a fresh soul. I used to fix the lights here. Now, I am the hum in the walls. I am the flicker in the LED. I am the reason the lilies die in their vases. Don't ignore the smell of vinegar in the hall. If the floor numbers don't match the ride, stay inside. Like and subscribe, or you might find yourself on the 4th floor.